Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for being here as always, and today let's have a quick conversation about Canto Bight. Not the place, but the collection of short stories that take place at that place that dropped on Tuesday. And so Canto Bight is separated out into 4 separate short stories or novellas. The first one is Rules of the Game by Saladin Ahmed. The next one is The Wine in Dreams by Mira Grant. The third one is Hear Nothing, Say Nothing, See Nothing? No. Hear Nothing, See Nothing, Say Nothing by Ray Carson. And then you've got The Ride by John Jackson Miller as the final story in this. And overall, they are really good stories. We're just going to go through them one by one, and then we'll talk about the entirety of the book. The first one is probably my favorite. Rules of the Game by Saladin Ahmed is... It's just a good Star Wars story in that it strikes the right emotional chords for me. I felt I had the most amount of positive emotional reaction to that specific story. It is the story about a gullible salesman who basically wins or gets a trip to Canto Bight as a once in a lifetime opportunity, and then he gets mixed up into criminal mischief and he ends up having to deal with a bunch of other crazy stuff. And it's just a fun story. And oh my good lord, the salesman in this, I love that character so much. He's got that Luke innocence thing going on almost. And it's just, I love that character so much. The criminal guy that he ends up making friends with is cool. But I definitely, man, that the main character, which was the salesperson, was just great. I absolutely adored that character. The next one is The Wine in Dreams. I'm going to be honest, and this was probably my least favorite. That isn't to say that it's bad for me. It's just paced much differently than I prefer. I wouldn't say slow is the right word. It is methodical in its pacing. It is probably, I would guess, one of the longest out of the 4, and it's methodical. It's not slow. It's paced similar to, say, a Lucino novel like Plagueis or Tarkin or Catalyst. And it's very story beat, character beat. Whereas, say, Timothy Zahn is very story beat, character beat. And then you've got Chuck Wendig, which is just all over the place. But I digress. It is a very good story. Just the story about a sommelier. I don't think I'm saying that right, but basically a wine connoisseur, a expert in wine and a dealer in wine, trying to get this incredibly rare bottle of wine from these crazy 2 sisters. And then you've got this absolutely awful character that runs this this establishment where the meeting is taking place. And it's entertaining. It's just, it is a little bit slower than the others. The next one is Hear Nothing, See Nothing, Say Nothing by Ray Carson. And it was good. I think it would have been much better in the written format. As you guys know, I usually enjoy these novels through audiobook form just because it's convenient for me. But I believe Hear Nothing, See Nothing, Say Nothing was narrated by Mark Thompson, who I normally love. But the voice that he gave the main character in Hear Nothing, See Nothing, Say Nothing, it's Ben Stein. And it doesn't work, for me at least. The main character being a older masseuse at pretty much one of the top end bathhouses in Canto Bight, and his daughter ends up getting kidnapped because a crime lord wants him to inform for him. It gets really crazy, and the story is good and the characters are good, but the narration for it just didn't work for me. So I would probably suggest reading that one as opposed to listening to it. And finally, we have The Ride by John Jackson Miller. And this was probably my second favorite. If I had to rate all of these, I would say Rules of the Game is up top. Then you've got The Ride. Then you've got Hear Nothing, See Nothing, Say Nothing. And then The Wine and Dreams for me, just from top to bottom. But The Ride was... It was a ride. It was so good. It felt almost hangover-like. Maybe not quite as absurdist or vulgar as that, but definitely it's just a wild ride for this down-on-his-luck gambler that is going to be killed by the crime bosses of Canto Bight because he lost a bunch of money in gambling. And he ends up meeting up with these three brothers, and they're the lucky three. And if one's around, then they're kind of okay. If two's around, then their luck is going to completely tank. And then if three's around, the odds are out the window. They're going to win absolutely everything all the time. It goes pretty wild and pretty crazy. And you got lots of ups and downs and lots of, is he going to make it? Oh, he's starting to make his money back. And no, he's not going to make his money back. And then it's a fun story. Maybe not quite as emotionally hard-hitting as, say, Rules of the Game, but definitely fun. Now, overall thoughts on this collection of short stories? Is it necessary to be read before The Last Jedi? No. The only thing that you're really going to get out of this book that might give you extra insight into The Last Jedi is you'll feel more comfortable in the location of Canto Bight. You'll understand how Canto Bight works a little bit better. You're going to understand that, yes, it's glam and glitz and it's kind of Las Vegas-y, but it's also got some Sopranos mixed in, and it's also got some political thriller stuff mixed in. Like that's the kind of culture that exists inside of Canto Bight. And that's the only thing that you're really going to get out of this book that I think is going to really help you with your viewing of The Last Jedi. If you're looking for one book to read before you go see The Last Jedi next week, Bloodline. Go and read Bloodline if you haven't already. The Leia novel that came out a couple years ago, by Claudia Gray. Fantastic novel, and it's probably going to have the most amount of impact for The Last Jedi, in my opinion. But I digress. Anyways, let's get back. I just want to get one more final thought in on this before I make a quick announcement. The final thought for Canto Bight is I really enjoyed how all the stories are kind of interconnected. It's kind of Alex over on his channel, Star Wars Explained, Alex and Molly. They said that it's very Pulp Fiction-y. There's like these tangential connections where like this character kind of like this side character from Hear Nothing, See Nothing, Say Nothing ends up inside of The Ride. And then you've got, the establishment where The Wine and Dreams takes place shows up in Rules of the Game. And it's you can tell that all these things are happening all inside of one night. And I kind of wish if they would have named it like A Night in Canto Bight. Not just because it rhymes, but because it just, I don't know, I feel like that would have kind of sold how much work the authors must have put into kind of coordinate everything, because there are a lot of different little crossovers and little like, oh, this feeds into that and that feeds into this. And that was a lot of fun to do. It's kind of like, think of how like when you see a comic Easter egg in Rebels, and then that comic Easter egg that was mentioned in Rebels gets mentioned in Rogue One or something, for example. It's kind of like that, but it's all in one book. And so it was a lot of fun to kind of piece these little puzzle pieces together to kind of figure out, okay, so how's the timeline working? But anyways, I like Canto Bight. I think that it's worth your money. I would go and pick it up when you get the chance. Don't be in a rush to read it, though, before you see The Last Jedi. All right, now, the announcement that I alluded to earlier. I'm going completely dark. No more internet from Saturday evening all the way through until after I see The Last Jedi on Thursday. So if I don't respond to any tweets from you guys, if I don't respond to any comments, don't take that the wrong way. I'm just going completely media dark. I'm turning off all the notifications on my phone. I am just using Hulu and Netflix and Amazon Video. That's it. Nothing else for those 6 days or 5 days, whatever. So with that being said, the Sunday live stream that is normally scheduled every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time will not be happening on Sunday. It will be happening on Saturday in the morning/afternoon. I will be playing some Battlefront 2. Going to be playing that before the World Series or the World Series, the world premiere of The Last Jedi ends up going out. And also, if you're watching this video, I would recommend starting to limit social media already, because a lot of the visual dictionary is leaked online. The soundtrack is leaking. Like, we're talking batten down the hatches because everything is starting to leak, and like we're talking like script pages are leaking. It's I've seen a lot of rumors about a lot of things going out there and getting out there on the internet. So even if you're not going to quit social media, I've already muted like words like Star Wars and The Last Jedi and Rey and Luke Skywalker and stuff on Twitter. So just as a fair warning to you guys. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you guys as always. I got to get this video edited and processed and uploaded and all that fun stuff. I will talk with you guys very, very soon. I cannot wait to see The Last Jedi. Oh, we're so close. We are literally 1 week away from being able to sit our butts in the seat and watching that frickin' movie. I am so ready. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you guys as always for your time. And as always, may the Force be with you. Take care.